everyone, Sarah here. Welcome to Sarah's Tech Let's Talk Apple. The Apple WWDC keynote of 2025 is now over. Here's everything that was announced. Apple did change the naming system as was recently rumored, so everything is now named for next year. Okay, so for the start of WWDC today, Apple started off with talking about Apple Intelligence, mostly summarizing what it can already do. Also talking about the fact that they are going to make it available in more languages and open it up so that third-party developers can use it. They then started talking about the expected redesign. As has already been rumored, it will be across all platforms. It is faster responding, and the icons are multi-layered and translucent. This redesign does go to include the docks and the widgets, as well as the notifications and the control center. As far as iOS, which is where we started once we started talking about the individual systems themselves, you've got the home screen and the lock screen, and of course, because it's the new design, they're all made of liquid glass. The lock screen is more dynamic. The time on the lock screen will increase or decrease in size, and the photo on the lock screen can move up and down. This is dependent upon things like whether or not you have notifications waiting on that lock screen for you as well. When playing music, the album art will now take up the full lock screen, and you do have the possible 3D effect with certain pictures. In the camera app, the photo and video, the two most common uses for the camera, are now next to each other. You can swipe left or right for the other camera modes, and you can swipe up and down for the other camera settings. As far as Safari, there is a tab bar at the bottom now. The controls are now at the bottom right, and they do disappear if you need them to. The phone app now has a unified layout with favorites front and center. Recents are in a list below, and we have a voicemail summary. Contacts are on a keypad at the bottom, and now if you are ever on a call where they get put on hold, we have hold assist. It detects that the call has been put on hold, and it lets you go about doing things, and it will notify you when that hold has been taken off so that you can come back to the phone and not have to stand around and wait for whoever you are waiting on to get to you. As expected, we got several updates to messages, the rumored background, and this will appear to everyone. The rumored polls can also be made as well, and you can create those polls in a group chat. Also, you can use Apple Cash in a group chat. And then we have screening tools for spam detection in your messages. Unknown senders have their own area, and you can decide if you want to move that sender to a known number. Also in group chats, it now indicates who is typing, and with Memojis and Genmojis, you can mix two together to make one unique one now. And as also rumored, we now have live translations in messages, FaceTime, and phone. Unlike a lot of Apple features when it first comes out, this one works whether you are talking to another iPhone user or the person is an Android user. And basically, say you have a family member or friend whose first language isn't English, so their phone is set to whatever their first language is. When you're talking to them, it'll translate to whatever that first language is for them, and when they're talking to you, it'll translate back to English for you. CarPlay got a little bit of an update too. Also in the music app, we got lyric pronunciation, audio mix, and music pins. Music pins, essentially like you can do with your phone app right now, or with your messages app, because I've certainly done it with my messages app, is you can pin favorite artists, favorite playlists, favorite albums to the top to give the music app some idea of what you like. As far as an update to Maps, when you use maps, you usually get 2 or 3 choices, but if you have a preferred way to go and your iPhone has noticed you take this way a lot, it will offer that preferred way before you ask. If it detects that there is a delay in this preferred way, it will also tell you that before you ask. And it'll also keep track of visited places, so places it knows that you like and that you visit often. As far as wallet, you can have a digital ID, which is like having your passport on your phone. And then with Apple Pay, you can redeem your points or pay over time in person and not just online. As expected, we got the rumored games app. You've got a home tab, a library tab, an arcade tab, a play together tab, and a challenges tab. Obviously, the arcade tab is for Apple Arcade. The home tab is kind of your games and what it sees on your phone. The library tab is, stuff you may like. Play together is if you have friends that you play with, and challenges, you can challenge these friends to things when you play together. We got an update to visual intelligence, so you essentially just take the screenshot. There will be a button for visual intelligence at the bottom. You can ask ChatGPT about it, or if what you took a picture of has a date on it, it can add an event to the calendar as well. Next, Apple went to watchOS, and it essentially started with Workout, specifically Workout Buddy. It's an AI to encourage you. It marks key goals, and it has a new layout. Workout has a new layout. As far as like music with the workout, Apple Music can choose that on its own based on what you like on your phone, or of course you can choose it yourself if you prefer that. We have a new gesture to dismiss a notification, a wrist flick, and the previously mentioned live translation is also on the watch, and the Notes app has come to the watch as well. Next was tvOS. As with everything this year, you've got the new design, we've got some poster art, your profiles can display automatically. If you like to sing along to a song from on your TV, your phone is now your microphone to do that. So next they moved on to macOS. As expected, the Tahoe name was the one given. Feature-wise, we got pretty much the same as iOS. On top of that, we now have a transparent menu bar at the top, and the controls are more customizable. We also got more continuity, live activities on Map as well as the phone app. You got shortcuts that can now run automatically at certain times or if you do certain things. We also got updates to Spotlight. It puts your more relevant files first and can launch your iPhone apps. We got some updates to quick keys. For example, AR is a quick key for make me a new reminder. SM is a quick key for I want to do a message. We also got the already talked about game app on the Mac as well. Next was visionOS. We got widgets, and the special scenes are better. Your personas that you use when you're talking to other people are more realistic now. You can share information with people, of course, in the room with you if you have more than one person using a Vision Pro, or you can share it with people elsewhere. Also, if maybe you're using a Vision Pro as a guest, you can now save the needed information so that the next time you go see that friend, it can be set up for you automatically once you put your own profile in. Also, PlayStation controller compatibility and an Adobe app are coming to visionOS. Lastly, they talked about iPadOS. All of the previously stated messages, phone, and games updates are coming to the iPad as well. The big thing here was a new Windows system that can resize and put the apps where you want them. We have a new pointer. You can flick it to tile them. Clicking and holding gives you more tile options. All open windows are an expose, and like with the Mac, you have a menu bar at the top of the screen. Nextly, we had files. This has a list view. They're more customizable folders. You can choose which app you want to open a file with, and files can be put directly into the dock at the bottom of the screen. Also, the preview app that's on the Mac is coming to the iPad. For those that are really into audio things, you now have an audio input selector. Your voice isolation is better. Your studio quality vocals with your AirPods. And you can start or stop a recording with a tap of your AirPods. Lastly, your background task will continue if you switch to another app, and you can see like how well that background task is progressing. They used an example of someone like trying to send a Final Cut Pro project somewhere else, and you could see how far along they were in doing that, to give you an example. Well, everyone, that's the end of WWDC for this year. As expected, we got all of our existing operating systems in terms of availability. All developer betas are now available for download. I'll be downloading those right away. If you want to install a developer beta today, I did a previous video on how to create a developer profile, so you can do that, and it's free. Check the link in the description. All public betas will be available next month, and everyone else will be able to download everything that was announced today in September with the release of the iPhone 17 and the Apple Watch 11. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you know when I next upload. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Sarah out.